guys, I'm Alejandro Rosales from Co41. Last video, we talked about the introduction of Raspberry Pi. And now I will teach you some program or project that can be used using Raspberry Pi. So let's start. So lesson 2. So the title of our lesson for today is about LiRAP. In this lesson, we are going to start using the basic of the GPIO pins and also take our first step into understanding the programming language using Python. We are going to try and get number of system set up that incorporate a single LED, but first, we will need to set up our breadboard. So, what is breadboard? A breadboard is used for making experimental model of an electric circuit. We are going to be using 840 contact solderless breadboard or plug board. Reason for this is that you can simply push hardware in and out of the board without the need of soldering. Will ensure that if any mistakes are made, you have not permanently damaged the hardware. So this is the breadboard. The center of the breadboard is connected vertically. Then the top and bottom are connected horizontally. So setting up. To set up for this lesson, you will need one red LED, 13K resistor, that color brown, orange, and gold. Then two female jumper wire. Now set up the hardware as shown below. So the short pin of the LED is negative. Then the long is the positive. Then get the male jumper wire, connect it to Raspberry Pi in GPIO 25. Then the male jumper wire, connect it to the row of resistor and LED. Then the black jumper wire, connect the female jumper wire into the ground. Then the male jumper wire, connect it to positive charge. Next is flash.py tutorial. The code import in Python is used to introduce packages into your program. Because packages can be huge, we store them in a separate location and use the import code to minimize the amount of code on your current project. For flash.py, we will import. So this is the top of your program. The import the rpi.gpio as GPIO, then import time. So set up GPIO pins to ensure that the Raspberry Pi understanding whether a piece of hardware from the breadboard is an import or an export. We have to tell it for flash.py. We have one input, the LED, then this is the program. So name pins by their this the comment, then the codes is GPIO pin that set mode to GPIO.bcm, then GPIO.setup 25, GPIO.out, then the output from pins 25. This 25 is the GPIO pins that we connect the female jumper wire to the Raspberry Pi. So next, commenting. So the hashtag is the symbols to, or we can input hashtag for commenting or any text after a hashtag is known as a comment. This text is read by the computer. It is It is there simply to try and explain what the written code is doing to any human reading it. So while loops? Loops are one of the most useful tools available when creating programs. Computers are great at repetitive tasks, as unlike humans, they don't get bored. As a result, you can program a computer to repeat a task while something is true and then stop when it becomes false. For Flash.py, however, the loop will always be true. So this is the example. So while true, then hashtag forever loop. So indents. Now that we have created our loop, let's put something in it. In order to place something within a loop, in Python, we must use indent. Indent are essential in Python as they tell the computer what is it or is not the loop. Or for Flash.py, let's turn the LED on and then off. So this is the example program. Then comment turn light on for 1 second. So this is the code GPIO pin dot output 25 GPIO dot high time dot sleep for this one is 1 sec. So all the time turn light for 1 second GPIO pins output 25 comma GPIO dot low. So low means off, then time dot sleep 1 second. So this is the complete code for our project or program. So import RPI.gpio as GPIO. Import time, this is the importing. Then name the pins by their BCM number. This is the comment as guide. Then GPIO that set mode. Then open parenthesis GPIO dot BCM close parenthesis. Then GPIO dot setup 25 GPIO dot out from 25 pin. So GPIO 25. So while true, comment forever loop. So it means forever loop. Then hashtag turn light on for 1 second. GPIO dot output 25 comma GPIO dot high. This for the code for light on. Then time dot sleep 1 second. This the time for the light on, then the turn off light for 1 second. GPIO that output 25 comma GPIO dot low. This means the light to off, then time that sleep 1 second. The time for light off. So for the saving, in order for the Raspberry Pi to understand your program as a Python program, you need to name it with the that pi tag on the end. Each of the title is this guide have suitable names for each of the program. However, if you wish to name themselves just to ensure the name each one of with the .py tags. Now run .py in terminal. So this is the example. To run a program, simply type Python, then plus, then plus the name the Python, then to end running Python, Control C. So that's all. Thank you very much for listening in this lesson, and I hope you learn